Nice.
So what's up, guys? This is the unnamed podcast, but whatever, I'll edit this out. Anyways, here with my homies,
the inaugural.
Al and Andy. What's up, guys? How's it going?
It's great. Everything's great. It's Saturday.
Saturday. I don't work. But that's because
I'm supposed to work, but I didn't go to work.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How come?
Because we're doing the podcast.
Oh, shit. Perfect.
And the rink's not open yet.
Oh, nice.
Still not open.
Yeah.
What about you, Andy?
I had a good bowel movement this morning, and I feel a little lighter.
Yeah.
I feel a little more flexible. And,
You know, that's that stupid Metamucil commercial. Have you seen that? If learn how to feel lighter. Is there
learn how to feel lighter.
Something like that is their tagline? Yeah.
At our age, it is.
It's yeah. You know, and Ron White talks about you know, where have you ever taken a bowel movement and then had to loosen your belt?
Mm.
Like, for a while, I thought I had a problem because I was taking like 10 shits a day, but then I realized it was because I was a vegan.
It made you shit more.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It's all fiber.
I don't know about that, but
It's all fiber.
Did you actually count? Did you have a little clicker?
no, yeah, because I would send pictures to my friends. I'm like, picture 1, picture 2, picture 3,
Were you
picture 4.
counting the stupid logs too?
No, I wasn't counting the logs. Am I crazy? I was just taking pictures. And at the end of the day, I did it for like a month, where I was just sending them like 10 photos, because I thought it was interesting because like based on the food
you were
I would
taking
eat.
photos?
Yeah, of the shit I would do. The masterpiece, and then like I would just eat different things.
Collage? You have a collage of that?
No, I would eat different things because
To
I would
see
eat
what it was?
spinach, and then it would come out green. I would be like, oh, I'm gonna eat a bunch of corn, yeah. And then I would eat like red things, and then it would come out red. And then I would eat like a bunch of coffee, and it would come out like super black. So for a second, I thought I was really sick, but I don't know, whatever. And then at the end of the day, my friend was like, dude, like stop fucking sending me these pictures. And I realized that I really had to
sending
stop.
them to people?
Yeah. So I made a really good collage, a slideshow, but at the tune of that Mozart song, like really good, really epic. And it was like I don't know, it was like 300 photos.
What was the song?
I don't know that song, but it was great. It was epic. And that's how I ended up.
Is John Cajonas going to come out of here any moment now and say, what would you do?
What would you do? I would stop the tape. I would stop the
I would stop the conversation is what I would do.
Yeah, we need to edit that.
John, where are you?
Yeah, that's very interesting.
You can speak your mind in this
Very
podcast.
How's it been going with you? What's happening with you?
Pretty good. I slept at 3 in the morning. I was watching this movie about black mathematicians called Hidden Figures.
Oh,
I like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I like that movie.
The NASA movie?
Yeah,
that's
pretty
a great
interesting.
movie.
I always feel a little guilty about our American heritage and our treatment of the black man when I see stuff like that. It really does bother me. I'm serious. I'm serious.
No,
I was waiting for a
Don't be
punchline.
fucking serious, man.
I'm serious about it.
So you're ready to pay reparations?
Well, I don't know about that, but it just...
You've spoken to us before about that. So
Yeah.
Like, what bothers you about it? I mean, other than that whole lineage of, like, historical things that happened, obviously.
It's just amazing to me how one human being can be so mean and hateful to another human being. I mean, it's not even now. I mean, there's still a lot of racial tension here in America, but it's political tension now. I mean, people will kill you based on your beliefs and how government should run. I'm thinking, really? We're gonna divide. We're gonna separate ourselves, put everybody in little groups because we think that healthcare is a right for this group, and we think healthcare is a privilege over here. And if you're not in this group and you're in that group, then we're enemies and we can't agree. And I don't know. I'm kind of.
Our country is pretty divided. Right?
It really is. Yeah. And when
it's not along racial tension. I mean, there was always that.
Yeah, but then when I see the racial tension,
it's a lot deeper than that.
But I mean, how humiliating must it have been and must it still be for
Yeah.
people of color
Yeah.
to have to live in fear of being pulled over by a police officer? We don't. If we were to get lights in our rearview mirror, nothing comes across our mind like, "Oh my gosh, I hope I don't get killed."
Yeah.
That truly,
Right.
They
We're just hoping we don't get a ticket.
we just don't want to get a ticket.
Right.
And they're thinking, "I hope I don't die."
Right.
Which was the first scene in that movie, Hidden Figures. Great movie, check it out.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it's like stupid shit, like, oh, in that movie, for example, they had a coffee pot for all the men, and well, they were all white, and there was only one white secretary. No, she was a mathematician too, but well, the black mathematician, she gets hired to this position where it's predominantly white males and a white female, and like she goes and pours herself a regular cup of coffee because she had recently gotten the promotion, so she was unaware that there was a different coffee pot, and then everyone like stares at her. And the next day, there's a smaller coffee pot, and it says colored.
Wow.
But I mean, like stuff like that, you know. I mean, I'm not white, you know, so I have different perspectives, and plus I grew up like in a different time, so I don't have those like prejudice thoughts.
But there is prejudice against people like you, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you do experience it, right?
From time to time, but
But I can tell you there is definitely ageist discrimination, you know, especially in the workplace.
They just don't think you have enough tenure.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
I mean,
they just
have
don't.
experience.
You don't have you're not young, you're not vibrant, you don't have, innovative ideas, that kind of thing. They think you're an old guy that has just been around and kind of lucky to have the job you have. I mean, there is some of that. It was interesting when I was in the pharmaceutical industry years ago. I used to go to Mississippi and Louisiana, and they would still have, this was probably in the early 80s, they would still have separate waiting rooms at the doctor's offices.
Who'd you work for? What business?
I worked for Searle Pharmaceutical.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I was with McNeil
Oh,
Pharmaceutical.
were you really? I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Yeah.
So we were drug lords way back.
Yeah, we were selling it when nobody cared how you sold it.
That's right.
we used to bribe the doctors, basically. Now there's so many controls.
Yeah.
I mean, we would send them to the Super Bowl and
Yeah.
the Final Four and All-Star games, and
Yeah.
and then they'd write our prescriptions. It was
Yeah.
crazy. Now
Right.
the government frowns on that a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Right.
anyway,
Right.
they not only separate waiting rooms, separate water fountains, separate entrances. It was kind of frightening.
Yeah.
But like economically speaking, isn't that like if you're a doctor, now you need twice the space?
Well, yes,
It was great for real estate.
Yeah, but if you wanted
And
to treat,
business,
if
because
you
they
wanted
would
to
sell
treat
Twice the water.
African American and white people,
Yeah.
now a lot of them didn't.
Yeah. But why do you think that all started?
Well, it's all related back to slavery, is it not?
Yeah, but I mean like even the Irish when they immigrated to Americas, they were like segregated because they were not Protestant, because they were Catholic.
The Italians were too. I mean,
because of the same thing. Yeah.
yeah, but we weren't slaves.
Yeah, and then
it's a little bit different.
But what happens
Don't
is
you
that
think?
like it's kind of funny because at one point they're no longer like 30 Catholics or whatever. They're white, and now like they can mesh with like non-black people and hate them towards black people. No.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of weird because like they were the ones who were being like picked on, and then all of a sudden like they're the ones who are now like showing disrespect to black people, right?
Mm.
But it was
That's a good
weird.
point. Yeah.
Like I don't know. I guess someone always wants to like at least it's not us. And
let's face it, there's discrimination and everything. I've had people, Texans, say, "You're not white, you're ethnic," because I'm Italian.
Really?
Yeah.
well, then that's funny.
I'm okay with that.
I don't want to make anyone feel odd, but
Let's do
and
it.
it's we're sitting in Al's house. But Al, could you leave the podcast now? I had no idea you're Italian.
By the way,
And let's face it, Andy, you're about as white as they come.
I am. You know,
his name's Andy.
I did that ancestry.
Ancestry.
DNA deal.
Yeah.
I'm almost purebred. It's seriously.
You're white.
I'm 78% British. I mean, that's
Wow.
pretty heavy in the white side, right?
Yeah, your family, there was no commingling in your family.
No, I got to be tied to the royals someday because there's a lot of inner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or somebody that worked for the royals.
Yeah. 78% British.
That's crazy.
That's pretty high.
So then you're 70% Italian. Let me educate you.
How did you
Yeah,
get that? How'd you get that?
Well, because of the Gauls.
Because of the Gauls, they took over.
The Roman Empire.
They took over England.
They
So
took
you're
over
really
England.
Italian.
So you're really Italian.
Well, actually, I'm Arabic. Now that if you want to go
then
back
you're
that
black.
Is that what
Yeah.
the 22% is?
Is that why
Well,
you feel guilty?
The other, I think, 16 or 18% is Western Europe, which is Germany. And
So you're in the 90 percentile
I'm
for
in the
white.
heavy. I'm in the heavy white. Yeah, I'm in heavy white.
That's funny. I did it too. I did Ancestry also, and
Yeah.
I was. They can't determine whether you're Greek or Italian, I guess, because everybody's got the same chromosomes that in that area of the Adriatic Sea.
Haven't you heard the term? It's all Greek to me.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
And,
right.
Yeah, and Italians can't speak Greek anyway. So, and then I was 20%, 25% European Jew.
Okay.
So Italian, Jew, and old. So
Okay.
it's 3 strikes.
Right. And we know Al as Woody Allen and George Burns' love child.
Yes,
That's how we prefer
yes,
him.
and,
Look, I mean, look at that face. That's Woody Allen. That's George Burns.
I need a cigar.
Yeah.
And my babysitter.
Your babysitter. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
By the way, did you make a pass at that one lady we met?
Gigi.
We're not
Oh,
mentioning names.
oh my God.
I'll edit that out if I remember.
Yes, I did. Yes, I kind of did.
Well,
And she was actually, I mean, that was the first time she'd been up, right? Was that her first time?
yeah, in Louisiana, right? Yeah, at that club in Louisiana.
In the club in Louisiana. That's
That one
right.
Saturday 2 months ago
Wait.
in September 2015.
We're giving her press.
Well, I know you want to give her press, but
Yeah, I thought, yes, I did talk to her.
because I keep
afterwards.
thinking about her, and I was like, well,
I did talk to
I'm
her.
definitely gonna go and intermingle.
That's fun.
It's a good idea.
Well, I mean,
Yeah. And I met this woman, Charlotte. You were talking to her at the table where I was sitting when I first got there? Oh,
No names!
Well, wait a minute.
In
But
Louisiana.
I didn't see her go up.
She didn't sign up.
And I gotta tell you, I sat through every comment last Thursday.
You live a lonely life, don't you?
I did, but there was a specific reason I did it. I wanted to see the material.
Okay.
I wanted to see
So what's your assessment of
BS.
well,
How about
when I say young
how
comedians,
about BS? The
BS?
number 2 man.
And by the way, it's an introduction. I haven't even introduced
No.
these guys.
Yeah.
These are my friends, local comedians from the Dallas area.
You did introduce
Al
her.
Coseglia, Andy Luallen, AndyLuallen.com, AndyLuallenComedy.com
yes,
for more information. Book my show.
yeah.
He does senior citizens.
You know, I just got another booking.
Oh, you did?
Oh shit!
Congratulations.
Another booking.
Nice.
Where?
They pay.
And,
You know, that's what I like
and
about it.
did you ask them what their budget was this time?
No, I just this
Did
was
you
the
just
craziest.
you gave them a price.
I don't even want to tell you guys how easy this was because you're going to get into my.
I mean, nobody's going to do
Comedy business. Here we go.
All right. I don't want to really tell you because you're going to get into my playground and steal all my loose change out of my pockets. It's like the bully in the playground with the kids, and he just comes and pulls them and dumps them.
You think
Upside
we're gonna
down.
do that
Yeah.
with your gig?
This came so easy. I did those 10 or 12 flyers. I mailed them out, and
Right.
then making these phone calls, this
Yeah.
follow up. And I said, I just didn't know if you received and had a chance to look at the flyer. And the lady said, I didn't. I said, well, I'm a stand-up comedian, and I sent you a flyer about seeing if you had any interest in booking comedy. She said, hold on, wait a minute. She looked at it, and I could hear her turning the page. Says, are you available September the 19th? Didn't ask me a rate. Didn't didn't even quantify if I had a
always,
joke.
They're always
day is
looking
that?
for activity.
I don't know what day September the 19th
Well, the
is.
first is a Saturday, so.
So the 19th has to be a Tuesday.
We call them the dinner shows.
16, 17,
you know,
18.
now
It's a Wednesday. I think
It's a
that's
Wednesday. Yeah, it is. It's a Wednesday.
Fucking Rain Man over here.
Yeah. So we call it the dinner show because it starts at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, that's
You
the early bird.
Early
Early
bird
bird
show.
special.
Yeah, yeah. You know, we make fun of how people go to bed early and all that
Yeah.
in the nursing home. You know, I've just recently put my mother
Right.
in what's called retirement center. I'm starting to find out why they go to bed so early. There's a huge increase in STDs that take place in these facilities. They're not sleeping when they go to bed.
They're making booty calls.
The boom boom meter is spiking.
They're booty calling each other's rooms.
Yeah, yeah.
I like it.
So I've had to have the sex talk with
Yeah,
my
how's
84-year-old
how's that
mother.
gone?
She's asking for thong to pin pull-ups now.
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
Works, man. The cruise ship works.
I started
too.
giving free massages. Senior citizen homes.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
How's that going?
Wow. People started wearing thong depends. We're going great.
That's a requirement. I actually, I have a friend of mine that the paraplegic I've talked about to you guys before, and he's in a nursing home down in White Rock Lake, and they gave me a code to get in,
Into the
and then they gave me a code to get out.
different code.
Different numbers to get out.
That would be considered a different code.
Yes, it's a different code. Well, anyway, I tried to sell it. I went room to room trying to sell the code.
Did you? How'd
Yeah.
that work
Oh,
out?
that's fucking hilarious.
Hey, you want out, man? You want to bust this joint? Meet me here at 7:30. We're out of here. I got a golf cart waiting outside.
Yeah, it went over really well, except those people don't have any money.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Now,
They were offering me depends as payment.
okay, okay.
Like how prisoners offer like their
Sexual favors.
no, they offer like their tokens. What's that called? Commissions or what is
The
it called?
commissary?
Condiments.
Commissary chips. Yeah.
So then the
Yeah.
same thing, they were offering you Jello. Oh, fucking Jello. Want some money?
I went to last night. I went to one of my high school reunion deals. It's our 45-year reunion.
Really?
Mhm. And it was out here in Louisville. There's a pier, 121 pier. It's called Rockin' S. It's pretty cool.
On the lake?
On the lake.
Yeah.
It's floating on the lake.
Yeah.
Sure.
Have you been there?
I've not been there, but
The
there's a
food
bunch of
is the
there's a
food
bunch
is
of
excellent.
places up there.
Yeah, the food is excellent. So you know we're
How
horsing
many
around.
people?
Well,
Are
from
still
our group,
alive?
how many from our
Yeah,
high school?
from the
We're
45.
still
I would
alive.
say probably 40 of us were there, and it was funny. You guys can imagine I was kind of the class clown, you know.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not that funny anymore.
You lost it.
I lost it.
You had it.
After graduating high
You
school,
had it at a young
I
age.
peaked. I peaked right there.
Sympathy laughs.
Yeah, yeah. So one of the people there were actually got married in high school, and we're not giving real names, so it's Sue and Bob, and so I came up to Sue and I said, you know, Sue, before I leave tonight, I'd like to have a slow, wet kiss from you. And she said, well, let me go check, see what my husband has to say, Bob, because I knew from high school, right? So Bob comes back and he says, you can do it, but you got to perform oral sex on me and pick up my bar tab. And I drew the line at the bar tab.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good timing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank
Yeah. Oh,
Jesus
God.
Christ. Well, what about you though? Because you said you've actually been getting lucky. You've been getting numbers from doing comedy.
Numbers? Oh yes, I had a groupie. Yeah, I had.
But we're not talking about codes to get in and out of the
This
nursing
is
home.
not-
But you've been getting those numbers. That's hilarious. Here's my number. 465. What
Star.
number is that? It's the number to the retirement home.
465 star. That'll get you in. Come by tonight around.
I don't know how to get you
Come
out.
by around
I don't know how to get you out. So you were patient for 2 months until you could prove you didn't need your assistance. That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh, that's good, Andy. Yes, I had the groupie at Stan's actually, and I've been texting her since then. I don't know if I told you, but she's not responding.
Oh no.
Because I did a joke. This woman, Jersey, was a friend of hers who's been a couple of times at Stan's, and I told a joke about my groupie on Tuesday night, and she probably told her. And now she
Well, yeah, that would have ruined your plans.
yes, it definitely put a
Very
kill,
clever there.
a kill on that. But anyway, she she was a spry 80-year-old, and she did have trouble getting her walker between the tables, but
Did she really have a walker?
no, you're not allowed to ask me that.
Well, she really did.
The good thing about women with walkers is they don't have to bend as far.
You know how they say, she's got to be at least 80.
Yes.
No, at least 18.
18.
You
Yes.
know,
Yes.
and then
It's
you can,
legal.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, she has to be less than
Under
80. Under 80.
They have to be either
No.
over 18
Yeah, 'cause
or
that's-
under 80.
That's wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because then they're
You're
like,
abusive.
as Andy says, you become their parent again over 80, right?
Yeah, that really is true.
Yeah, well then you definitely
I have,
are
to
the
ask,
dad.
I have to ask permission from her father, who's dead.
Yeah,
We go to the gravesite.
You would definitely. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, go to.
I don't know. if
you went
that's-
dark on us.
I went. I
That's
went
a
to. Yeah, I'm sorry, I went dark. Nobody likes the dark humor, but I do. I really like it.
I love black
I
clubs. They're the best.
do. I do the life alert, and I say, someone saved every 11 minutes with a life alert. Who cares? They're all. Let them die.
Let them die.
Let them die.
Well, it's so they know to come pick them up, Al.
Yes, I know.
That way they can pick them up and have them instead
And
of
then,
shoveling
and
them
then
up.
they're taking
or
them
wet
to the
vac 'em.
morgue anyway.
If they don't come get them, they have to wet vac them up.
Yeah, because they've completely
I think
disintegrated.
they do, don't they? I mean, they just turn into gel.
Is that what
I
happens?
think so. I think they just melt.
If they're in their house for extended periods of time?
Yeah,
Dead?
I think they just melt.
Well, anyway, I watched, we watch a lot of comics, and the dark humor, most people don't get laughs with the dark humor.
I kind of do the dark stuff too.
I like it, though.
Yeah.
But the Joe Biden joke, Joe Biden's son, I use that and rarely get a laugh with
Well,
it.
that's political.
And no one knows.
You
who
think
Joe
that's
Biden is.
political?
The Republicans.
Because he's a Biden?
The Republicans think it's hilarious. The Democrats are not very funny.
Nobody laughs.
No.
No, because it's all it's
all been politicized.
Hey,
Everything's been politicized.
everything has been.
I didn't know he was bisexual. That's
Who,
why they
Joe
call him-
Biden?
That's why they call him Joe Biden.
it's coming, and bisons.
Yeah. Oh, I did a new joke. I don't know if you heard it. It was a dumb joke because I started playing with the words bi, right? So like bison. Like bison is a gay buffalo.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot you could do with that, like bicuspids. Well, you have to.
He's not even.
You gotta use.
He's not even doing comedy. For
You gotta
months.
use the teeth. Use the teeth in different ways.
What is this coin, Al?
This was when I worked for AT&T. I got that
You got a
as
gold
an
coin?
anniversary thing. Is there a gold coin in there?
No.
Yeah, it's AT&T.
Oh, okay. What did you do for AT&T? How many jobs have you had?
Jobs? I've really only worked for like 4 different companies in my career,
Mm-hmm.
which is,
Not naming the one that you work for
that's
now.
the.
Which ones did you work before?
I worked for, I was in the pharmaceutical for a lot of years, and I worked for several different companies.
Mhm.
Winthrop, A.H. Robbins, and Searle.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to work for a company called Metro Cell Cellular. Are you
Mhm.
familiar with them? They
Mhm.
were
You-
like
What'd you sell?
I sold cell phones
For
in the
corporate?
early 90s. Yeah, it was business sales, but individuals too. I ran
Oh,
a
okay.
branch.
Yeah.
And then I had my own business.
Wait, was it popular to buy a cell phone in the 1990s?
Yeah, I was working in a branch at Camp Wisdom and 67.
Or Grand Prairie area in Dallas?
Yeah, Oak
We're
Cliff.
speaking to an international
Oak
company.
Cliff area.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of cash customers.
Mm-hmm. Oak Cliff is a shady area in Dallas. Primarily where drug dealers hang out.
Yeah, and the funny thing was we took a lot of cash in. That's the truth. But all the businesses around us would get robbed. They never robbed us.
They never robbed you.
Because we knew them.
Yeah. Because you worked.
We knew the prostitutes. We knew the pimps. We knew the murderers. We knew.
Did you get any discounts?
If I knew a guy was a murderer, he got a really good deal.
Did you post that up? Murderers, 20%
Murderers,
discount.
Murder friendly.
50% discount.
Well, yeah, that's their marketing. Murder friendly.
Murder friendly.
But I mean, thousands of dollars in cash, and no one ever.
Actually, that would be kind of funny because like Johnny Cash was murder friendly. Because he would go to Folsom Prison and other prisons and perform.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think that would be if you label your comedy as that,
As
that
murder
would be,
friendly?
that would be a good brand, murder friendly. But then other than the pharmaceutical, you said 3 companies and
Right.
that cell phone store. How much was it to buy a cell phone? I don't even know.
Back then it was
But you said corporate.
We
right?
gave the phones away back then. That
Oh.
was what was, and you signed like a 3-year contract.
So you could just pay for the service.
You paid for the service, yeah,
Okay.
and it was
Those days are gone.
and it was expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really expensive.
I was with AT&T when they introduced what they called One Rate, which was they eliminated roaming,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a major innovation in the cellular phone industry, and we couldn't keep up with the demand.
Yeah.
It was the best sales job I ever had
Mhm.
because it was like shooting fish in a barrel,
Yeah.
and everybody wanted it, and we didn't have enough phones that could handle the technology.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was before phones were smartphones, and
Mm-hmm.
all they did was you could talk.
But then what else did you do?
What do you mean?
Is that it? Is that all you did?
That's the four-
four jobs, really?
Well, different companies, but really only 4 major jobs in my career, which is really unusual.
Oh.
But not like Andy.
You're stable.
Andy's been with the same company for over 20 years.
27.
It's amazing.
But you've had many jobs before then, right?
Yeah.
How long were you with McNeil?
6 maybe.
And you carried a bag? Is that what you
Oh,
did?
yeah, it's a bag man.
Yeah, and
Wait,
you
what
did that
did you do?
here?
What was that?
Bag man is pharmaceutical sales back in the 90s,
Yeah.
late 80s,
Yeah.
mid 80s. You would carry it's a pretty large bag because you're carrying
It's called
samples.
a detail bag.
Oh,
Yeah.
you would carry
You
samples.
carry samples.
But did you get to take any samples?
Yeah, back when I was in the business, they didn't have the controls they have now, so you could pretty much take anything you wanted.
Did you take anything?
I don't know if I want to admit that on
Well,
camera.
my uncle's a doctor, and then
Your uncle's a doctor?
yeah, so I would go.
Is he the gay uncle?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's
they
more.
wouldn't
There's
let
more
us-
to him than
They wouldn't
just
let
being
us.
gay.
They wouldn't let us carry Schedule 2
No, we
narcotics.
couldn't have.
It's like muscle
you know,
relaxants.
Yeah, we didn't have Xanax or Quaaludes.
No.
But we did have. I did have codeine, cough medicine samples. That was before. That was in the 70s.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, I don't remember.
Did you
that.
put it on your Sprite?
No, but when I first started in the business, I went out. You know, you go out with a guy and you train with him, and he's chugging the little sample bottles of cough medicine all day, and I'm getting in the car with him, and yeah, he's just chugging these.
I got a funny story about being a bag man.
Yeah.
I was in Houston, and you got that big bag, and in Houston.
Is that where your territory was?
And in Houston, a lot of multi-story tower type medicals
Yeah. Yeah.
places, right?
Yeah.
So I get on the elevator to go up to see a doctor, and the elderly lady comes in. We're on the first floor. She comes in, and the moment she walks in the elevator, she's stressed. She's breathing heavy. And I'm thinking, man, this lady's pretty sick. And so as we're going up, I think I said, what floor? And I think she said like 6, and I'm going to 10. So I hit 6 and for her, and I hit 10 for me. And as we're going up to her floor, she hits the floor. I'm thinking, oh my gosh.
Straight down.
Straight down, just down. And so the elevator opens at 6, which is her floor. My first thought was roll her out
Get her
and don't get involved.
Get her out of the elevator and hit the button.
Just hit the button. Don't get involved. And I thought, no, I can't do that. So, and she was,
Was she conscious?
no, she was unconscious.
Wow.
And she was, dead weight's heavy, and
Yeah.
she was.
And she was a big.
She was
a big woman.
She's a big woman.
What was her name?
So I couldn't lift her up. So, and I'm pretty young and naive at this point in time in my life. So I start to drag her out of the elevator into the hallway. And in the meantime, the door is closing.
On her.
On her.
This is a real story.
It's a real story.
As you're dragging her out.
I'm dragging her out.
The doors are hitting her. And that's not waking her up.
Oh, man. It was terrible.
Is she dead?
She wasn't when I left her.
Did you do CPR?
I ran down the hall and got some help. and then
left.
Kind of similar story.
And you don't know what the outcome
I
is.
don't know the outcome.
Like
She lived happily ever after.
one of my friends.
She sued you for
Had a lot of knots
assault.
and bumps on her head. I said, did she fall? Looks like she just been in a fight. She was with the elevator.
Oh my gosh. Very
I
funny.
should tell that story.
That's very funny. Well, as you told me, Andy,
Well,
nobody wants to hear your fucking story.
That's true.
what a good friend.
Yeah.
Well, one of my friends, he had blacked out because it was his birthday, right? So his girlfriend.
Wait, how do you correlate that?
Head injuries, right? His girlfriend had taken him home, but he weighs like 300 pounds, so she could not like lift him over the steps. And she called me and my friend, hey man, I can't help out. I can't put Ray in the house. Can you help? Can you come and help me drag him inside? And me and my friend, we went, and we were also like really tipsy.
So he's lying at the bottom of the stairs?
Yeah, he's laying
Outside
at the
his
bottom
house?
of the stairs. So yeah, me and my friend, and we used to
Till
work
you
out at
guys
this
get
point.
there? Till you
Yeah,
guys get
and we couldn't lift them. He probably
couldn't lift
yeah,
him?
we couldn't lift them. So we dragged them
Upstairs.
upstairs, and I just remember, like as we were dragging him up, his head's like.
It's like weekend at Bernie's.
So we called him up. We put him in. We lay him in the living room over a couch, and we're just afraid that he's gonna like throw up on himself and suffocate. So I'm like, dude, we gotta do something. So I take the antenna cable out of the TV, and we tie him.
You tie him with the antenna cable?
Yeah.
To make him more compact?
No, so that he
Keep
wouldn't
him
like flip
involved.
at the end and throw up on himself.
Oh, I got you.
And
Okay.
die. So the next day he calls us and he says that his dad thought he was like a sex freak because he found him at
All tied up.
all tied up. And we still have pictures of that. So
You
I'll
have
show
pictures
guys.
of
Yeah,
that?
pictures
Oh,
of
well,
that.
we need to see those.
Eventually, they come up eventually.
And what was his name?
Reynaldo. Ray Lopez.
I thought you weren't supposed to.
Oh, I can.
The
bring
fighter,
my
Ray,
friends.
Ray Lopez.
No, yeah, he's a truck driver.
Is he?
Yeah.
Wow.
All my friends are truck drivers. They all have CDL licenses, and I was gonna get one too. And I was studying so hard, but when I took the test, I overthought about it, and all my friends are fucking dumb. They didn't even graduate from high school, and they have CDLs, and I have like a degree, right? And I couldn't pass it. I guess I was just thinking about it
The
too much.
written test?
Yeah.
What did you get your degree in?
Computer networking.
Computer networking.
Yeah.
And where did you get this degree from?
From the University of Northlake.
Northlake.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Now,
what's
are
yours?
you a graduate from the higher esteemed universities on the East Coast somewhere?
No, I went to a small liberal arts school. It's called Quinnipiac. That's where I got my bachelor's.
Is that in Massachusetts?
It's in Connecticut.
Connecticut.
But they are famous now. They do the presidential, like the surveys for predicting the polls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you'll hear Quinnipiac
Oh
University.
yeah,
poll.
yeah, yeah. I have heard that. Yeah.
So I got my undergraduate there, and then I got my esteemed entomology masters from Colorado State University.
Now tell me about that. What were your visions?
What the fuck was I thinking?
What were you
Okay,
thinking about?
that's a good
what
question.
were we going to teach, or what were we going to do?
No, here's the story. I was a young, newly married, and I was trying to get into veterinary medical school.
Okay.
And I couldn't get into Cornell in New York.
Wait, first of all, what is an entomologist?
Entomologist is study of insects. Insects. Tim Kershaw said. What's his name? Tim Kershaw said. Is that his name?
Tim Marshall.
Marshall?
No, Tim, the lawyer.
Yes.
Kirchhoff.
Yeah.
He wanted me to change that joke from the study of sex because he said it didn't rhyme, and he told me this elaborate story about some English show that where it didn't rhyme or something, and he wanted me to do it. He wanted me to do it as the study of incest.
Wow.
But I didn't have the courage to do it. I may try it. I don't know, but they probably get a laugh. Anyway, let's see. So one of the things that you had to do back then was you had to establish residency to apply to certain veterinary medical schools.
Okay.
So I applied to get into graduate school, and I applied to different places that had veterinary medical schools.
Okay.
And that's how I ended up there.
But why did you choose
entomology.
that, like, veterinarian?
Why did I choose that I wanted to be a veterinarian?
Yeah.
Because it was science oriented, and it was medicine, and it wasn't government controlled.
Oh, okay. But what?
Really?
Other than
So,
that, like,
you went into it because you liked the fact that it wasn't government controlled as
Well,
much
that
as
was
the
one of the
medical
reasons,
community.
yeah.
Interesting.
But
Okay.
I never made it.
Okay.
It was.
I thought you had a fetish about sheep. That's what I thought was going on there.
Well,
how do I make this more safe?
I mean, I do have a lot of fetishes, but sheep is not one.
Okay.
What's one of your fetishes?
Yeah,
You'll
I'm
have
not
to
going to
answer that
broadcast
question.
that.
I'll tell you. So
You're going to tell us your fetishes?
Yeah.
I'm not sure we want to hear those.
Let's start and we'll see. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead. Lay one on us.
So, I like to take off my shirt and tie it around my woman's arms. And then she loses complete control.
So bondage.
Yeah.
BDSM.
BDS.
That's your fetish.
Yeah. But I want to be tied up.
You want to use your shirt. It has to be your shirt.
It can be anything. But anything that's like in my hand.
We heard earlier it was TV cable.
That's right.
He's
got a lot of wire.
And it doesn't really have to be a girl, come to find out. It could be a 300-pound guy.
He's got a lot of wire behind his TV.
So I wanna like experience that myself, but I wanna be like, there was this one time,
Well, wait a
and
minute.
I tell the story
We,
where this girl tied me up to the bed and then she left me.
yeah,
And then my
that'd
mom-
be my fear of.
My mom found me.
Is that true?
Yeah. And I was like, help.
Is that a true story?
It is
It was in your parents' house?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, what'd your mom have to say?
She was like,
Don't do that again.
she just shook her head.
And did your dad find out also?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
But it's a weird story because my parents always thought I was gay, especially my dad. I don't know why. Just because
Well,
I'm
because
more,
of that stupid dance you do. That's why.
that, like, I
and,
don't know, I'm like,
and you,
I'm
got,
a libertine.
you know that got your biggest laugh the other night. You should do it longer.
I know what you mean, yeah.
I mean, your dance got a huge
But I mean,
laugh.
we're doing like, not in the open mics because in the open mics you only get, 3 minutes.
Well,
That would
dance
be more
dance for
fun.
the 3 minutes. I bet you get more laughs than you've ever gotten.
Jesus Christ.
You know he does that.
They serve food at these places. People get nauseated.
He doesn't lift up his shirt.
Not there. I did, well, whatever. Yeah, but my parents always thought I was gay. I don't know why. Like, I'm just like, because they come from a rural town in Mexico. And then, like, my dad has 2 gay brothers. And, like, I was just always very, like, libertine with, like, free-spirited.
Are other people in
open-minded.
the family gay?
I have a gay cousin, a lesbian cousin, like a transsexual.
Yeah, because so
cousin.
it's genetic, don't you think? Or
Well, I don't know if it's genetic or
Yeah,
not, but like I never cared for it.
Well,
you know?
maybe-
like I was always very comfortable with my sexuality, where like Like I could be saying anything that seems kind of like homosexual, but doesn't mean that I am. I can just say it. Like just because you say something, like you were saying, I don't know, that one thing you're saying about sucking that guy's dick for money, or I don't know what you said, but like you can say that.
I don't think I said that.
Did you say
That was Andy.
That was probably someone else. But yeah, you can say that. It doesn't mean
that was definitely
just jokes.
That was definitely you.
They're just jokes, people.
Yeah, just funny jokes. Yeah.
So because of that, like my parents always took me seriously
As a gay individual?
as a gay individual. Yeah.
Wow.
And then even though they always caught me like doing things
With women.
and always bringing women, and they even gave me like don't bring too many women to the house. That's disrespectful. But then they would also give me like gay talks.
So do you bring women to your parents' house?
Well, I have girlfriends.
Oh, you have a girlfriend now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why it's so hard to date.
Yes, clearly.
It's your joke. It's so funny.
Don't give away my joke.
It's so funny though.
So when you use the phrase, they would give me the gay talk. What would that consist of?
Okay, so one day, well, it's hot in Texas, August. You guys know.
Well, yeah.
Like I had this friend who's gay, and like we were in my room, and like he was on my bed using his laptop because we were like doing a project for school, and I was at my desk sitting on a bouncy ball, on a yoga ball, right, like typing away, and it's like 2 a.m, and like I was, I don't know, like 20, just hanging out with my friends, right?
Right.
And my dad comes in because he woke up at that time because he's a truck driver too. So he woke up at that time to go to work, and like he comes into my room, and really great story. And I'm like startled. I'm like, because it's 2 a.m, so
Right.
like you're tired, and then like I'm like, oh, good morning, and that's it, right? But like nothing is happening. Like this
He's
guy's
on
over
the
here,
bed, you're on the
I'm
desk.
over here, and we're
and he
doing
thinks
like a
it's
project, and
he thinks it's a gay.
he's like, oh, it's a black guy. And my friend, I don't know, well, he looks gay. And
Is he black too?
He's black, yeah.
Okay.
And then
And he's left-handed too?
he's left-handed too. And my dad, he goes out, and he starts crying, and later on, like someone tells me this story. I forgot who it was, my aunt or my mom. But they tell me that he was crying. He was just contemplating, like, why is he doing? My poor son is gay. And I can't help but like laugh all the time because
you're not gonna help him.
yeah, like that's fucking retarded. Like why do people think I'm gay? Because and so he called his aunt or his sisters, my aunts, and he told them. So he made like a big deal when there was nothing.
But if you were, you would come out to your parents, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. Like the fact that like even my girlfriend questioned me sometimes, like, are you really gay? Like, tell me, because if you are, then we're breaking up. And I'm like, what the fuck would I be wasting my time with you?
Yeah. You should tell her that the way to prevent you from even thinking about gay is to get another woman involved for the nice
makes
threesome
sense.
going. Yeah. Right? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Andy.
What do you guys think of
Andy's
this?
Christian.
But then, like I said,
So I went to sleep. What happened? Somehow or another, every time Leo talks, I go to sleep.
see, I don't have to use roofies, Al. I just charm them with my...
I've seen you in action, man. Those
Jesus
women,
Christ, we've known each other for 5 years, Al.
Those women,
I have a girlfriend.
they flock to you.
Anything else, Al, you want to add? I have friends.
Well, where's your girlfriend?
We're going to take a break right now.
How come we
Back in a
haven't met
moment.
your girlfriend?
Al hasn't, Andy hasn't met my
Oh,
girlfriend.
you have?
I actually have. Yeah.
Where did that happen?
I think at back door
Yeah.
in the lobby there.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That was before I started.
And when Andy says he's met my girlfriend at the back door,
It's not obscene.
it was a club, a comedy club that we used to practice comedy out of. So
Yeah.
You know, when I first started, they said it had to be a clean show, and I had all kinds of jokes about, well, how can you have a clean show at the back door?
yeah, well,
That's
It
what
wasn't funny. It wasn't funny in then, and it's not funny now.
Right.
No, it's because everyone said that.
They have.
Yeah,
That's a joke that's been out there forever.
Yeah.
it's been out there forever. But what else do you guys do? Like, what's your ambitions now that you're like 75?
My ambition is to just enjoy life on a daily basis. That's all I'm trying to do.
Jesus Christ! So you're living day by day?
Day by day. That's it. There are no goals. I have no goals. And it's the
At
best.
some point, you have to just give up.
It's the best, and it's psychologically, it's the best I've ever felt.
Lower the expectations, have no goals, and you're much happier.
It's absolutely true.
For all you young viewers, take heed. Lower expectations, no goals, live day to day.
How can you fail at something you
can't.
strive to?
Yeah, I'm a success every day.
I woke up.
It's like the health issue, you know. I've started my set now. I'm focusing on health.
Yeah.
And
which I'm going to take a little credit for.
you did. You really helped me with that. You led me in.
Don't give away your set to the viewers.
No, I'm not going to give my set away. But I have this joke. I want to test it. That you know, you could do a lot of things, and of course, exercise is one of them. But for me, getting out of bed and getting to the sink in the morning is the most exercise I want. I guess it works, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I think it would be funnier if you could say that ambition.
You think the ambition joke is funny? Yeah.
So, where are you in your life right now?
Yeah.
Talking about
Now
expectations and
Yeah,
goals.
well,
Yeah, tell
like
us.
I've always had like a different, like I've always had an alternative perspective
On life.
on life
yeah.
in general. So
Okay.
I've always like seen other people who I want to emulate, and kind of like observe what they're doing and try to be like them. So apart from like trying to like become financially independent from my like artistic endeavors.
Right. So who are you trying to emulate?
Well, many people like not only accumulate some wealth through but also like invested in real estate, and apart from that, open like an array of like different companies that like serve them like a one task. So instead of having a restaurant that has 50 items, I would only sell like 5 burgers, but they would be like.
Do you want to be in the restaurant business?
Yeah, a restaurateur. Yeah, and
What about a comedy club? Have you thought about that?
No, definitely
You
not.
have no interest in that?
No interest in that.
Hmm.
I just want to be a comedian. Yeah,
And-
a working comedian.
And working comedian.
Yeah, and then.
When's that start?
Yeah. Well, I did my show on Sunday.
Certainly not at the beginning of this podcast.
Certainly not. The beginning of this podcast.
What show on Sunday? You're in a
The
showcase?
Mr.
The
Thickness.
Thickness show.
Yeah. But here and there, like this is an art, so I'm not rushing it.
It is an art. People
Yeah.
don't think of it as an art, but it is an artistic endeavor. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah. I mean,
It's
I've
a
taken
performing art.
I've taken workshops from people that
Mm-hmm.
much further down the journey, and there's no question there's technique, but you can create one joke and have 5 different people give that exact same joke, and some are going to be funny, some are not going to be funny, just on the skill and the artistic side of how to
Wording,
deliver that.
timing.
And actually, that would be a really good show idea, because if you're thinking about show ideas, like
Yeah, have everybody
have
go up-
everyone do
the same
joke,
set.
the same set, but in their own style,
Right.
with their own riffs and their own puns and their own, shit talking.
Yeah, but they couldn't see each other perform it.
Right. Right.
They have to be
They'd
off.
have to
They'd
they'd have to
right.
be out of the
And
room.
then have to be out of the
Yeah.
room, and then each one does their.
That would be a
It's
good
interesting
contest.
how that
I
works.
was thinking of, they did the Thick Man contest. I think that we should get Jorge to do a over 60 comic
Oh well,
contest.
that's cheating because
There's only 2 of us.
no, and then
And
Tim.
and BS.
Yeah,
berries. Okay, yeah.
yeah.
And then also Mr. Viagra.
That's who I'm talking about. I listened to his set last Thursday. He's a lot worse than me.
Jesus Christ. We're live! Streaming to millions of viewers! Anyways.
He did a pedophilia joke.
Oh,
I know.
well,
Yeah, that's his mark. Yeah.
that's his stuff.
So how many viewers do you think we're reaching?
So are we live right now?
We're live all the time.
So now
I'm alive all the time.
So somebody happens upon our podcast, they're watching it?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's been pretty fun.
You know what I think is happening? Russia's listening, going,
We don't have to worry. This country's gone to hell already.
Is that your impression of Russian?
yeah, it's a Russian.
Yeah, that was
Actually, we should have our own show called Three Old Men. I think that would be
3 old men,
three wise men.
two old men and a
Yeah, that would definitely work because
and a gay Mexican.
in the game next, 2 old men and a game next. That's great.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna put that on the shirt and give it to my mom, Al. Mom, I know I'm not gay, but here's
But
my
it's
show:
a great tagline.
2 old men and a gay Mexican. But they're not gay, and I'm not doing anything with them. And they're not rich, and they're not giving me money. But he is giving me drinks when I go to his house. But he's not touching me because I can back home.
Oh gosh,
Jesus Christ.
that's terrible.
It's funny.
Okay, well, yeah, and then I'll promote you guys to that.
All right, great.
And
Yeah,
then-
but I think we should talk. There are plenty of comics over 60.
Yeah, but what is this with all these little niche shows that are happening out there? And it's, I'm going to say there's.
Well, the
and
Thick
we're
Man
novice.
is the only.
We're novice, right?
We're novice. I'm gonna say I'm novice.
I'm
novice.
definitely a novice.
We're novice.
We've been doing comedy for years.
I'm a
we're
C
still
league.
novice.
I'm C league comic.
You know, and are we ever? It's just hard. This business is hard to really break into. I've had
But-
one Friday show and one
You did a Saturday. too.
show. I've not been doing it quite for a year, but
You're
and
coming
I-
up on it.
And I
don't
came, you know, that to me was, but there was no money involved, right?
Yeah.
But as an art, you're not really performing for the money.
You perform for the art.
Perform for the art. It's kind of like when I make love to my wife. You know,
You're not
I don't
performing
have to pay her for it.
satisfaction.
It's practice.
it's just
You're
practice.
just doing it because you have to.
So-
You don't care about her reaction. You're just doing it.
we don't, you know, they say we don't pay for sex. It's called the credit card.
Yeah.
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 Oh, I always thought the same thing.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, okay, you're against prostitution, but you're in a, and even with like novice people,
Who's against prostitution?
we can go on that topic for days. And these fucking novices go on first dates and they take these girls out to Applebee's or whatever, and they spend $50, and then they go, you know, have some drinks and they spend another $50. So that's $100.
Why did you pick Applebee's?
Wow.
It's one of your favorite
Is that
restaurants.
where you go out?
That's where it
Jesus
takes
Christ,
them.
now. I'm not describing you, I'm sorry,
It's a
but
citizen
I'm just
hangout.
saying. Hey, you know, just go to the park and talk.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
It's a
Yeah.
$0 date.
Yeah. Or yeah.
She'll think you're cheap, but you'll realize that she's not interesting.
You know what though? I did the because I didn't have any money in college, and my college girlfriend, who is now my wife, for
Where did you go
40
to
years.
college?
Harvard in Lubbock. It's called the Harvard of the High Plains.
Did you go to Tech?
Texas Tech.
Oh, the school I went to is called Harvard on the Hill.
Okay.
Yeah.
I named it Harvard of the High Plains just because I feel like it gives me a little more credibility.
I liked Lubbock.
Yeah,
I
I
liked
like
Lubbock.
Harvard too. But I really didn't have any extra cash for dating,
Right.
and so I took what was then I'm not sure she was. I guess she was my girlfriend at that time. But we just went and looked at babies at the hospital.
That's what you did on the date?
Yeah.
No, that's fucking
Yeah.
smart,
Wait a
man.
minute,
That's
girls
so
love
smart.
it.
Girls
Girls
love
love
it.
And
Plus,
did,
they want to have sex with you.
did she get the message?
We've had 2 children, so yes.
But not then.
Not then.
It didn't work then.
No.
It was a form of contraception, probably going to the hospital to see the kids.
Yeah. Have you seen some kids that are newborns?
They're ugly.
They're ugly.
They are ugly.
Have you seen some adults that are fully grown up?
You know, they're ugly too. My firstborn was 6 weeks early, and so they took it one of those emergency cesarean section deals, which is not too bad because their heads aren't cone head.
Right.
So they look kind of good.
Yeah, and they don't have the sometimes my son had bruises on his cheekbones
Yeah.
from the forceps.
Yeah. So she came out good, but she was 6 weeks early, so she was very red and pretty hairy.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean not like hairy on
Because
the head.
it falls off as
just her whole body was kind of hairy.
Yeah, that's
My
interesting.
wife comes
6
out of
weeks early.
anesthesia, kind of is looking at her, and she says she looks just like a monkey. I mean, only a loving mother could say something like that. I could never get away with
God
that.
forbid you had
Look
said
what
that.
you've done. You've created a monkey.
So your daughter is the older.
Yeah.
is the
Oh,
older sibling.
that note was on the novel that you were
Yeah.
writing.
I'm writing.
But you know, like,
Has Jack gotten back to you yet?
He's working. He's reading it through.
You know, I think he's brilliant. I know we're not supposed to mention names, but I think he's got a lot of talent.
but you didn't care about that rule since
Yeah,
we
that's
started,
true.
didn't you?
And now I'm saying something positive. So
All right.
this one's for you, Jack Freeman.
Who's black, by the way. But
And his quadriplegic friend.
I haven't talked.
But the reason he hasn't been able to get to, he can't turn the page of the book. It takes a long time for him to read a
You
book.
get in trouble.
Well,
Maybe the American disability people.
the way
in touch with
the
you,
way
man.
my mind works is that when you said that phrase, like Harry,
Harry, yeah,
like I would have gone with, she looks like a rabbit.
a rabbit instead of a monkey.
Yeah.
But my wife
Because
used the
it's
term
a hare.
monkey.
Because it's a hair.
God,
Hair.
Yeah, that's a Julio joke.
that is a Julio joke.
But it's fucking smart and no one
Is-
gets it.
Is this podcast like live for the rest of our lives, or are we going to come to an end at some point in
It'll
time?
come to an end, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Once you guys bore me.
So, I think it's been pretty. Do you edit it? Will you edit it?
This is
I'm
not
not gonna
like-
make you funny or pretty. You come as you are.
Just well, if I had a choice,
I know who
I'd
I
rather
am.
be funny than pretty.
I'd rather be pretty than funny. I don't know where you've been living. Pretty people get laid out.
No,
Funny people get laughs.
Funny people get laid. Yeah, the top comics, they got a wild life.
Is that true, Andy?
I would have no idea.
And they have an advantage. You know,
Senior citizen?
the Chris Rocks and the Jerry Seinfeld and name one. They have an advantage because they can tell stories because people know who they are. In other words, our stories don't work because nobody knows who we are. So they don't appreciate the humor within the story.
That's why a podcast is pretty good because it's a
It
long
helps
form
people
story.
to
and
it
get
helps
to know who
people
you
to
are.
get to know you. But Dave Chappelle tells personal stories. Chris Rock, he ranted about his divorce and his ex-wife. I mean, and the child support and all that. It wouldn't be funny if he wasn't Chris Rock.
Yeah. Well, I'll put a downer on this. For
Okay,
us
well, I
as,
appreciate
as
that.
comedians.
All right, thank you, Andy.
Okay. How many? You'll know this. How many NFL teams are there out there?
I don't know.
32.
32 or
30,
something?
something like
Okay. And 30 on the team roster?
No. Upwards of 50.
50?
Yeah.
Okay,
at
so
least.
how many total pro NFL players are there out there then?
Well, there's like 1,500, 2,000 approximately.
Okay. 2,000 top end athletes
Correct.
in the NFL.
Right.
Yeah.
How many top end comedians are there?
Not 2,000.
Not 2,000.
Like
No.
100.
I don't even think there's 100 top comedians.
Well,
I heard that stats.
Well,
somewhere.
Netflix just signed
But-
16.
And
They
the-
did
60,
16 specials.
Specials.
but they signed for 60 specials.
60 or
Yeah,
616?
60.
60, so 60 different comics?
Yeah, but they're all over the world.
Right.
Yeah, so
So,
I'm just saying our odds are not very good, guys.
so of somebody making.
Yeah, I mean, we sit there and in my head, I think these guys think they're going to be in the NFL. You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
Or
But it's not even that, like-
or
And,
we're
and
gonna,
the three of us are sitting there thinking at some point in time
We're gonna get a
that
sitcom.
Netflix is a contract is coming any
Yeah.
day now,
or a sitcom.
or a sitcom.
Yeah.
It's hard to come by, guys.
But it's not even that. It's like the attitude that you have towards it. So you're not trying to be just another comedian. You're trying to be Andy Luallen. Who are you, and who are you trying to have listen to you, and what message are you trying to send out? Who are you trying to be? Are you just trying to be some guy who tells jokes? Because if that's who you are, then you're going to be some guy who tells jokes. So you
Yeah.
wanna build who are you?
You have to build.
So-
yeah, that's
yeah.
exactly right. You
So
have to
if we're
build who
sitting
you
at this
are.
table 6 years from now, we're all hanging around doing open mics. Are we
Yeah.
going to say we're where
We made it.
we're on track of where we thought we'd be?
No.
Well, you have to have
No.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Hang
Where you
on.
go, where,
I'll probably be dead.
well, yeah, you're right.
Well, living the type of life that you, the heroin,
Living my
and
daily
the,
life.
Why did
With
you
no
have,
goals.
prostitutes.
No goals.
and the Corvettes.
yeah, you have no goals. You have no expectations. Why are you not
Why am I
asking the
even?
question?
Why am I even alive?
Yeah. So forget you. How about you? In 6 years from now,
Yeah,
after we come back from Al's funeral,
yeah.
are you
And
going
with his girlfriend at the time.
yeah. So, are you going to say I'm on track, doing open mic 6 years from now?
Yeah, definitely. So that's my attitude every day. Like I have to level up. I can't just be flimsy about it. Like I have to level up.
You take it
constantly.
seriously.
I take it seriously. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
I
yeah,
think
that's
we
why
all-
I slept
I
at.
think we all
That's why I
do.
slept at 3 a.m. Like I was I was formatting my poetry book, which you guys laugh at because you guys don't think that I have a sensitive heart. But
Well, yeah, you're gay.
Oh, that explains it.
That
How did
explains
you know
it.
he was gay?
That explains it. He writes poetry.
His girlfriend.
And he dances like
And
his
he writes
uncle.
poetry. And he dances like his uncle.
His two gay uncles.
Oh my God.
That's
I already told my girlfriend.
So
about-
what if, I mean, have you set some kind of goals for yourself? I mean, you're now moving into, getting paid gigs.
Well, that is a paid gig, and it's what we were talking
And
about.
that's big.
How,
That's big. Andy.
how like what matters in this business, or what matters in your life. Like you're trying to become a paid. Are you trying to become a comedian or a paid comedian?
You know what I think I want? I want validation.
Yeah. Well,
Like, money gives you validation.
Money
gives you validation. No doubt about
I
it.
don't really perform thinking I'm going to make money so I can go buy something with that money. I go with the validation part.
Yeah.
And even, there's a comedy club that doesn't pay comedians,
No name tag.
okay? And, but I have been on a Saturday performance there, and that gave me
That gave you
Was
validation.
that the one you did in Arizona,
No, in Colorado.
Colorado? Oh,
That gave you validation.
Well, the Colorado was a validation
Yeah,
for sure,
yeah.
but even the local. But I really think, guys, if we can't make it happen here.
But
in
you're
the gospel
hustling,
with-
so that's
I am
what it's all
hustling.
about, man. Like,
Well, would you
and-
go somewhere else?
Yeah.
Would you go to LA or New York?
For a week maybe. Then I got to come home and work. But
Oh, do you not plan to ever retire?
my wife says I'm not allowed to.
Well, then I guess you're not retired.
Not
that's
retiring.
mortgage.
But I mean, I've said.
But you like what you do, so why
I
would
do,
you
I do,
retire?
I do.
Right?
Yeah, I've got the skill. I'm starting to lose the interest.
Well, now you sound like me.
Well,
You know.
yeah.
Yeah, just get more like you, because
Right,
I'm
yeah.
getting closer
So,
to your age.
That's right. You're not
So-
going to catch up. So
Yeah.
as you get closer, I'm going to be even more
Yes,
uh,
but
lazy.
I've sent a demo out to just a comedy shop out in East Texas.
Yeah, which one? The one in Paris?
I didn't hear anything back from them.
But you're hustling, like.
You're
Like,
hustling. And
Okay,
but you have
Al,
a professional
me
tape.
or Al didn't hear back from him because we didn't send anything.
Yeah, you're right.
But you
Yeah.
at least tried.
Yeah,
So
but we
you-
all three got the same results.
No. But
Yeah, but
a no is like you miss every shot you don't take.
You did what?
You miss every shot you don't take.
Oh, miss every shot you don't take.
Yeah, it's true. Well, there's a comic. He's funny, I think, but he's also does acting. And he told me that he auditioned 12 times for a show that he finally got a role on. That's a lot of auditions. And he would try, he was auditioning for, Man in the Bar or whatever,
Yeah.
He was just trying to get on the show, and he finally did, and now he's got a regular role.
Yeah.
Well, it just takes time. But that's what I'm saying. It's like what's the attitude that you have towards it? That's what I'm saying. Like I don't want to.
Well, I don't do enough open mics, I know.
But that's not the point. Like, what's your attitude towards it? Like, are you trying to
My
make
atti-
something out of
yeah.
it, or because at first, obviously, you're trying to like do as many open mics so that you can at least have like the confidence and material and like the comedy portion of it. But then you have to have like your business savvy.
You
and
have
your
to
hustle.
have a business sense.
So
you have to
even-
have a business
Yeah,
sense.
we're still hustling. Like, who says that you can't make whatever amount of money? You're selling shows. Like it's a small
Well, if
crowd,
that- I
but
think-
it's still working.
If that comes, I think that's a bonus. I think for me, I want to get the laughs. That's why I go up there. And one of the things that I wondered before I started doing stand up was, how do you know if your stuff is funny? Because
People laugh. It's funny.
Exactly, but when we write it,
Yeah.
we obviously think everything we write is funny,
Yeah.
right? We don't know if it is or not to an audience. But when you start doing material, you learn, okay, I need to change this wording. I need to, have more of a pause, and you learn.
Like a bear.
Yes.
Al, you really need to sign up for that workshop.
You think so?
Yeah, yeah. You need to sign up for that
Why?
workshop because that's exactly how you're going to learn to do that.
Right.
I mean, you need to take that workshop.
But I'm told that he tells you not to do stand up while you're
He prefers that you not do it.
open mics during his class.
Yeah, but
Well, yeah, it's a different
Tim
approach.
does them. I mean,
Yeah.
people still do them.
Right.
But it's only
He's got a class now on Sundays.
Yeah, and
He's starting it in
if
a
you
couple
sign up,
weeks.
make sure you say I sent you that way.
Yeah. Did you get a referral fee?
No, you don't get a referral fee.
But is he powerful in the world of comedy here?
I'm not sure powerful, but I think he has some influence.
Contacts.
But you're referring to like that you want to improve on your skill set, your technique.
Yeah, that's what
That's what
I
you're
would.
working.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what, for me, that's what stands, and that's the coffee. That's what stands and back porch were for, was for me to test material.
Yes. Yeah.
And it helped. It always helped me.
Yeah. Well, the top pros out there do go up and do stand up and test material.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's,
Yeah.
you have to do it. But before they even go up, they probably, once they've written it, they probably rehearsed it 25 times.
Well, don't you?
Rehearse?
Yeah.
It's
Don't you?
My whole life is one rehearsal.
You don't rehearse? You just go up and wing it?
Is it not obvious to you? Yeah.
No,
Well, the
it's
guy
not
doesn't
obvious. I mean, you should rehearse. You'd be fine.
No, I know. No, I know. No fucking shit, Al. If you practice, you'll be better.
See, that's the wisdom of an older guy. Practice.
But I
makes you better.
videotape myself too.
Well, I don't want to know your sex life.
When I
But,
practice, not in the bedroom. I do it in my office.
You can do just the audio. You don't have to even.
Yeah,
do
but
that.
I like to see my hand gestures because I do have trouble moving my hands too much.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
But
Wait, were you referring to?
Don't go
Still
there. Don't go there. Social maturity.
for me, honestly, the whole comedy thing has been just a phenomenal experience. The community, the way that people have accepted me, it's been delightful and quite rewarding. I mean, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, with that said, I think it's
Time
had some
to
good
call it a
guys.
day, right?
Yeah.
Time to call it a day. Well,
All right.
thank you guys for coming on the show, the unnamed podcast.
We have a name, but
Andy Luallen comedy.
Oh, the two old men and a gay Mexican.
yeah,
Yeah.
two old men and a
Yeah.
gay Mexican.
All right. Yeah, that would be a really good show with you. Don't steal the idea. We got it here first. Not that anyone would do that. First, you have to find a Mexican, and then two old gay men. I mean, two old.
So will people say, "Hey, I want to see, keep going. I want to see another podcast from you"?
If you're funny.
I think we were hilarious.
Wow, it was a pleasure, buddy. Oh yeah.
Thanks for coming to my show.
Thank you,
Thanks for
Julio.
coming to the show.
It was great.
Where can people find you?
AndyLuallenComedy.com.
On Facebook, Twitter, are you on that?
I've got a Facebook, Andy Luallen Comedy on Facebook, but I just go to AndyLuallenComedy.com.
Book 'em.
That's where my show schedule is.
Oh, perfect.
Got a bio there,
Your video.
He's big time.
my videos.
He's
What
big
about
time.
you?
My Facebook, Twitter, all of that, Instagram is Al Coseglia, Coseglia, and I'll be at the Back Door next Thursday. Looking forward to it.
Perfect. And we'll be doing regular shows. You know where? HuliaSexy.com. Go check it out. Thank you guys.
Thank you. It was fun.